we plot for the value of frequency, that is omega, from 0 to infinity. We plot the polar plot in this frequency range, that is 0 to infinity. Now in today's lecture we will study about Nyquist plot. It is the extension of polar plot only. Okay, so there is some theoretical part as well, so just pay attention, or you can say it is conceptual part. Nyquist plot. So what is the definition? It is a plot of magnitude and phase of open loop transfer function for frequency minus infinite to plus infinite. Whereas if we see the polar plot, it is only from 0 to infinite, whereas a Nyquist plot is a plot of magnitude and phase, right? Both the things will remain same because we are dealing with the frequency response. So the only variables which we are having is magnitude and phase. And upon analysis of this magnitude and phase, we will be in a position to comment upon this system, right? So it is a plot of magnitude and phase of open loop transfer function for frequency range minus infinite to plus infinite. Or second definition, I've already provided this you in the notes, so you can see from the notes or read from the notes as well. It is a mapping of Nyquist. Is a mapping of Nyquist contour. Is a mapping of Nyquist contour from S plane to GSHS plane. Is a mapping of Nyquist contour from S plane to GSHS plane. So here the new term that we are seeing is Nyquist contour, because GSHS plane is we already know what is GSHS plane. We have already plotted our polar plot in GSHS plane. So we are having a S plane and a GSHS plane, and in this S plane we will be having a Nyquist contour. We will see what is Nyquist contour is, but just for explanation purpose, I'm telling you we are having a Nyquist contour in S plane. Let us suppose this is an arbitrary diagram that I have drawn. It will have certain orientation, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, right? That we will see later on. But just imagine that we are having, or just think that we are having a contour. Contour means it is a closed path. What is the contour means? Closed path. So we are having a Nyquist contour, and we will map this Nyquist contour to the GH plane. We will map this Nyquist contour to the GH plane, and it may happen that GH plane will have certain plot. So this is the definition of Nyquist plot. You can see once again, it is a plot of magnitude and phase of open loop transfer function for a frequency range minus infinite to plus infinite. The steps will remain same. What is the steps? Put S is equal to j omega, calculate its magnitude, calculate its phase, and then draw the table for like we have done for polar plot, and vary this value of omega. So we will see in a very point-wise manner how to draw the Nyquist plot for given open loop transfer function. Second definition is, it is a mapping of Nyquist contour from S planes to GHS plane. In Nyquist contour is a closed path in S plane. When you map this to GH plane and on point-to-point basis, you will get certain plot in GH plane as well. Right? So this is the basic definition of Nyquist plot. Now the new thing that we have seen is Nyquist contour. So we will see what is Nyquist contour is. Am I audible properly? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is Nyquist contour? It is a closed path. It is closed path. It is a closed path in S plane. It is a closed path in S plane which covers all open loop poles in right hand side of S plane. Just pay attention. What is a Nyquist contour? It is a closed path in S plane which covers all open loop poles in the right hand side of S plane. Why we are worried about right hand side? Because as soon as the pole enters, or if the pole lies in the right hand side of S plane, then system will be unstable. System will be only stable if your poles are on the left hand side of S plane, right? So what does Nyquist contour tells you? It is a closed path in S plane which covers all open loop poles in right hand side of S planes. So for example, if you want to draw the Nyquist contour, let us suppose this is our S plane. So it covers all the poles. You can see it covers all the portion of right hand side. It is a closed path in S plane which covers all open loop poles in the right hand side. So Nyquist contour you have to draw like this, such that it should cover all the portion of right hand side of S plane. That is after the imaginary axis. If suppose this is imaginary axis, this is real axis. So Nyquist contour is a contour. It is a closed path which covers all the open loop poles in the right hand side of S plane. So you can see I have drawn like this. What I can also draw, I can also represent Nyquist contour as this. Just pay attention. I can also represent Nyquist contour like this. Let us suppose this is how I can represent. Let us suppose this is real axis, this is imaginary axis. This is plus j infinity, that is frequency is infinity. Let us suppose this is plus j0, which is very close to 0. This is minus j0 because you can see it is downward. This is minus j infinity. So this frequency is infinite frequency, you can assume. And the radius of this semicircle, I can say that it is r e j theta. I can say r e j theta, where r radius is r is called as radius, and theta is called as angle. And if you want to cover the whole right hand side, you can see in the first plot, if you want to cover the whole right hand side, what is the value of r should be? If you wants to cover all of the portion of right hand side, then r should tends to infinite, correct? And theta, which is the angle, it should be from plus 90 degree. You can see this is plus 90 degree to minus 90 degree. So theta should be from plus 90 degree to minus 90 degree, or plus pi by 2. You can also write in radian, that is plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. If this is the condition, then we can say that Nyquist contour covers all the open loop poles of the right hand side. It is a closed path. You can see I have drawn a semicircle, and the radius of this semicircle is r, and r is tending to infinite because it has to cover all of the right hand side. So radius is infinite, and theta, that means its orientation should be from plus 90 to minus 90. Why it is from plus 90 to minus 90? Because it is given only in the definition that it is the closed path in S plane which covers all open loop poles in the right hand side. That means you have to cover all of the right hand side. You can represent, what does it means? Literally means that all of the portion of the right hand side it should include. But in order to graphically show that, what we have done, we have made a contour, we have made a semicircle, and whose radius is r e j theta, where r is the radius. So if I want to cover whole of the right hand side, then what I'm doing, I'm tending r to infinite, that is the radius is infinite, and I'm taking the theta from plus 90 degree to minus 90 degree. You can see what is plus 90 degree, this angle is plus 90 degree, this angle is minus 90 degree. Again, Nyquist contour, for those who have not understood, I will draw it again. Nyquist contour is always drawn on S plane. This is our S plane. So we have to include all part of the right hand side, that is all portion of this right hand side you have to include. How? There is alternative way. What we can do, we can draw a semicircle whose radius is r e j theta. We can assume that this point is plus j infinity, this point, that is denominator, is minus j infinity, this point is plus j0. Plus j0 means just after the origin. This point is minus j0, which is very close to origin. At origin, which is very close, it means very close to origin, right? And r is called as radius of the semicircle. And if I want to cover whole of the right hand side, what I have to do? I have to do r infinity. Then only I will be able to cover whole of the right hand side. And what is the angle? It should be from plus 90 degree to minus 90 degree, right? Plus 90 degree to minus 90 degree. If you are asking, if you are having doubts or why it is from plus 90 to minus 90, you can just see in the figure itself. If you are taking from, suppose if you do not want to take from plus 90 degree, if you want to take it from, let us suppose that if you want to take it from plus 120 degree to minus 120 degree. If you want to take it from this, then that will, semicircle will become like this. Like this it will become. But it will also include some portion of the left hand side as well. But what is the definition of Nyquist contour? It is only covering the right hand side of S plane. So how you can limit this radius? By putting the angle from plus 90 degree to minus 90 degree. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. This Nyquist plot is used to determine whether the unstable system, right?
Correct. We will see. There is some steps which is required you to understand, so that you will be in a position to determine whether the system is stable or unstable, like we have seen in Raut-Hurwitz, like we have seen in Routh-Locus as well. So there is some steps which is involved here. Okay, just pay attention, then you will be doing that. If you look closely to this Nyquist contour, it is having three parts. For frequency, for positive frequency, I can say that this is my first part. For negative frequency, I can say this is for my negative part. And for this, that is third part. If you see the definition again, what is the Nyquist plot? It is a mapping of Nyquist contour from S plane to GS into GS-HS plane. It is a mapping from S plane to GS-HS plane. So we have to map these three parts. What are the three parts? That is first part for frequency, positive frequency. Second part is negative frequency, and this is the third part which we have to plot. So that this three plotting we have to do. So first mapping is, I can write first mapping can be done from 0 plus frequency to infinite plus frequency. Second mapping can be done from minus infinity to 0 minus. And third mapping can be done for r, that is for the radius of the semicircle, that is r e to the power j theta. This is the three mapping you have to do. If you do this three mapping in GS-HS plane, the whole of the plot will be called as Nyquist plot. If you remember, in the polar plot, we only focused on the positive frequency. We only vary the frequency from 0 to infinity. But in Nyquist plot, we have to add these two parts as well. That is for negative frequency as well as for the semicircle of the radius. That is, you have to cover whole of the right hand side of S plane. So this is the Nyquist contour. Now we will see how to map these three parts. There is one important note point here. What is the note point? Nyquist contour excludes open loop poles. Nyquist contour excludes open loop poles and zeros on imaginary axis. That means if I am drawing this as a Nyquist contour, this is r e to the power j theta, that is radius is r e to the power j theta, then this excludes open loop, if there are some poles on the imaginary axis, the Nyquist contour will not consider the poles on the imaginary axis, because the Nyquist contour only covers open loop poles and zeros on the right hand side. So if there are poles and zeros, it will not be a part of your Nyquist contour. If there is some poles and zeros in the imaginary axis, then that will not be a part of your Nyquist contour. So Nyquist contour, again, Nyquist contour excludes open loop poles and zeros on imaginary axis. Though it may look like that it is on the imaginary axis, but it is at some distance, right? You have to exclude the open loop poles and zeros on the imaginary axis. Now we will see how to map the three parts that we have seen. So the mapping of Nyquist contour from frequency 0 plus to infinity plus infinity, from S plane to GH plane, is polar plot. What does it mean? That means if you want to map the first part, that is for the frequency, for the positive frequency, then it will be same as the polar plot. We have already seen the polar plot. So because in polar plot, if you can recall, we range the frequency from 0 to infinite, and then we calculate the corresponding magnitude as well as phase. And once we have the values at different values of omega, that is 0, ranging from 0 to infinite, we have an intuition that how the polar plot will look like. So the first part is the polar plot, you can see. The second part, that is the mapping of Nyquist contour for frequency minus infinite to 0 minus, from S plane to GH plane, from S plane to GH plane, is mirror image of polar plot, with respect to real axis in GH plane. What does this mean? That whatever, again, if you go by the definition, the mapping of Nyquist contour for frequency minus infinite, that is for negative frequency, it is the mirror image of polar plot with respect to the real axis in GH plane. So suppose if I draw the polar plot, suppose if I am drawing the polar plot of any random system, let us suppose for random system, the polar plot is somewhat coming like this, right? This is omega is equal to 0, this is omega is equal to infinity, right? You can see that starting angle is 0, and this is minus 180 degree. So can anyone tell me what will be the type and order of the system? If polar plot is looking like this, what will be the type and order of the system? Can anyone tell me? We have already covered this. If polar plot is looking like this, what will be the type and order of the system? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, if polar plot is looking like this, what will be the type and order of the system? Can anyone tell me? What will be the type and order of the system? I have drawn a polar plot. You can see from frequency 0 to infinity. Now can anyone tell me the type and order of the system? No one can tell me? Okay, so tell me, what is the phase you see at omega is equal to 0? What is the phase you see? What is the phase you see at omega is equal to 0? Can't you see that this is 0 degree? The phase at omega is equal to 0 is 0, and you are having finite magnitude. Magnitude is not infinite because this magnitude is finite. You can measure it from here to here. This is finite magnitude. What is the phase at omega is equal to infinity? When omega is equal to infinity, what is the phase you see?
Sir, 180.
Minus 180.
Yes, sir, minus 180.
Minus 180 because this is you can see at omega is equal to infinite, it is becoming tangent to minus 180 degree line, right? So and magnitude is 0. Magnitude is becoming 0. So type will be 0. Why type will be 0? Because you can see it is starting from 0 degree. So type will be 0 and it is having finite magnitude. And finite magnitude means what is and it is having type it is called as it is type 0 system. And what is the order of the system? You can see it is ending at minus 180. So to end it at minus 180 degree, there has to be two poles, because one pole will add minus 90 degree phase to the system. If it is having two poles, that means its final phase will be minus 180. So type order will be 2. So type will be 0 and order will be 2 for this system. So this is the plot of polar plot of type 0 order 2 system. You can see we are having frequency from 0 to infinite. If I wanted to draw its mirror image and with respect to the real axis, if I talk about real axis, so this is my real axis. We have to draw the mirror image with respect to this. So mirror image will somewhat look like this. You can see this is the mirror image, how it will look like. So this point is called as omega is equal to minus infinite, and this point is omega is equal to 0 minus. I have drawn the mirror image to the polar plot, and mirror image to the polar plot is nothing but the plot for negative frequency. If you have drawn the polar plot, you just draw the mirror image with respect to the real axis. That will be for the frequency 0 to minus infinite to 0. Is it okay? Have you understood the mirror image concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that will be more clear when we will see more examples, right?
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes, please ask.
Sir, can you scroll up, please? Sir, can you explain this statement again? The mapping. Scroll down. Scroll down, please.
Which part you want to see?
That the blue part, the mapping of a Nyquist contour from that statement. Can you explain again that?
A mapping of Nyquist contour for frequency minus infinite to 0 minus, that is for negative frequency. If you are having a negative frequency, because Nyquist plot is a plot for minus infinite to plus infinite. When omega will tends to minus infinite to plus infinite, what are the different magnitude and phase from minus infinite to plus infinite? If you want to plot, that is called as Nyquist plot. So the mapping from minus infinite to 0 minus will from S planes to GH plane is a mirror image of the polar plot with respect to the real axis. So you can see for polar plot we have drawn, polar plot is drawn from for omega 0 to infinite plus. So blue line is the polar plot, and if I have to draw the for frequency minus infinite to 0 minus, then this will be the mirror image of the polar plot. So you can see black line I have drawn the mirror image of the polar plot. So this is called as mirror image of the polar plot for negative frequency 0 for infinite to 0 minus, and this is the plot for frequency 0 plus to infinite plus infinite. Okay.
Okay, sir. So for negative frequency, it will be a mirror image of the polar
Mirror
plot.
image or polar plot, correct. Suppose again one more rough example. If I'm taking, if suppose my plot is looking like this. This is my polar plot. We have seen this kind of a case. If this is my polar plot, such that this is my omega is equal to 0, and this is the ending frequency that omega is equal to infinite plus. Now, if I want to draw it for negative frequency, then it will be a mirror image. How will be the mirror image look like? You can just have a look. Okay, this will be the how mirror image will look like. So this frequency is omega is equal to infinite minus, and this frequency is omega is equal to 0 minus. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So two parts we have seen. Now third part mapping is mapping of third part is the mapping of this r e to the power j theta. For mapping r e to the power j theta, we will put s is equal to r e to the power j theta directly in our open loop transfer function, and we will put limit r tends to infinity. We will put limit r tends to infinity, and we will solve what will be our open loop transfer function, what will be the magnitude, and what will be the phase, or what will be the orientation. So we will see the third case while we will solve the example. So let us just take first example for Nyquist plot. The open loop transfer function, that is GS into HS, is given as K upon S plus 1. For this, we have to draw Nyquist plot. So first step is what we have to do. We have to put S is equal to J omega. That will be J omega, H J omega. That will be equal to K upon J omega plus 1. Then you have to take the magnitude. Magnitude of this will be K upon under root of omega square plus 1 square. And what will be the phase? Phase of this will be minus of tan inverse of omega. Up to this part, is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, from this, we can draw the polar plot as well, right? Now, we have to draw the Nyquist contour. Nyquist contour is a contour which we have already seen. You can see this is the frequency at omega is equal to J0. This is J plus J infinity. This is minus J0. This is minus J infinity. And this radius is R e to the power J theta. This is suppose plus 90. This is minus 90. And R is tending to, you can write R is tending to infinity. And theta is the orientation is from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. Or plus 90 to minus 90. So from 0 frequency, it will go to infinite frequency. From infinite, it will go to minus infinite. From minus infinite, it will go to 0 minus. And from again 0 minus, it will go to 0 plus. So this will be the orientation. Now we have to map these three parts in our GH plane. This is our S plane. And we have to map all of this part. Now for mapping, we have already seen that if you want to map the positive frequency, it will be polar plot. That we have already seen in last few lectures. Now mapping of negative frequency is the mirror image of polar plot. And mapping of this semicircle will be what you have to do. You have to put limit S is equal to R e to the power J theta. In place of S, you have to put R e to the power J theta, and then you have to put limit R tends to infinite. So this is the three parts that we have to calculate. But first we have to draw the polar plot. And for drawing the polar plot, you can see you have to make a table for omega and magnitude and for phase. And you have to vary the value from 0 to infinite. You can put omega is equal to 0. At omega is equal to 0, what is the magnitude you will get? See in equation 1. If omega is equal to 0, what will be the magnitude? At omega is equal to 0, what will be the magnitude? Tell me. Equation 1, put omega is equal to 0. Equation 1. K. At omega, what will be the phase? Phase will be 0 degree. Similarly, you can go on put omega is equal to 1. It will be K by root 2. That will be 0.707 K. And phase will be minus 45. So if you go on putting and put infinity at omega is equal to infinity, what will be the value of magnitude?
0, sir.
0. And what will be the value of phase? Minus 90.
Minus 90.
So you can draw the polar plot quickly, right?
Yes,
This
sir.
is your real axis. This is your imaginary. This is GH plane. This is your 0 degree, minus 90, minus 180, minus 270. So if you want to draw this plot, you can see at omega is equal to 0, we are having finite magnitude and 0 phase. You can say this is 0 phase and this is your finite magnitude, this is K. And when you increase in the value of omega, it is phase is going on decreasing, and finally it has become minus 90. And it is this is the orientation. You can see this point is omega is equal to 0. This point is omega is equal to infinite. At omega is equal to infinite, you see that magnitude is 0. So how will you show magnitude is 0? That means it is at origin. And you can also see the angle is becoming minus 90. Now, what will be the, if you want, what will be the mirror image of this? If you want to draw the mirror image of this, how will it look like? It will look like somewhat like this. This will be the mirror image with respect to the real axis, right? So this is the point. This is the point at omega is equal to 0 minus, and this is the point where omega is equal to minus infinity. So we have drawn the mirror image of polar plot as well. So we have plotted the frequency. We have plotted for frequency minus infinite to plus infinite. Now we have to plot for semicircle. For semicircle, what we have to do? We have to put S is equal to R e to the power j theta, and R is where R is tending to infinity, and theta, that is orientation, is from plus 90 to minus 90. If you see the Nyquist contour, you can see here the R is tending to infinite, and theta is the orientation is from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, because it's flowing from, you can see the frequency is increasing from 0 to infinity, plus infinity, then it is from plus infinity to minus infinity, then from minus infinity to 0 minus. So you have to put here, in place of S, you have to put R e to the power j theta. So it will become G R e to the power j theta, H R e to the power j theta will be equal to K upon R e to the power j theta plus 1. So now what you have to do, you have to put the limit R tends to infinity, K upon R e to the power j theta plus 1. So this will be equal to limit R tends to infinity, K upon, take R e to the power j theta common in the denominator, R e to the power j theta. This will be equal to 1 plus 1 upon R e to the power j theta. Now if you will put the limit, so this part will be equal to, this part will, if you put the limit, this part, because of R, this part will be equal to 0. And this magnitude, you can see R, if you put R is equal to infinite, so you will get magnitude as 0. Magnitude is 0. And you will get this e to the power j theta will go in the numerator and will become e to the power minus j theta. It will become, though it is not significant because magnitude is 0 and you cannot show and magnitude is 0, that means in GH plane magnitude 0 is at the origin. That means it is a single dot. And but still, if you want to carry on, you can see it become e to the power minus j theta. Now earlier orientation was from plus pi by 2 minus pi by 2 in Nyquist contour, but here you can see your phase has become negative because of e to the power minus j theta. So it will be the vice, you multiply by minus to this phase. So this will be from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Orientation will be from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Earlier it was from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, but because this has become e to the power minus j theta, therefore orientation will become reverse. That is from, it will be from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. But it is of no relevance because your magnitude is become 0. If your magnitude is become 0, that means in GH plane magnitude is 0. That means it is at the origin. So let me draw the final Nyquist plot again. So this is your real part. This is your imaginary part. GH plane. Now for polar plot, we have seen how polar plot is looking like. It is having certain magnitude, starting and ending at like this. This point is omega is equal to 0 plus, and this point is omega is equal to infinite plus infinite. At omega is equal to infinite, right? Now the mirror image of this will somewhat look like this. Just by rough hand I'm drawing. So this will how the mirror image will look like. The orientation is very important. This point is omega is equal to minus infinity. This point is omega is equal to 0 minus. Now this is the two plot that we have drawn. The third plot, the third mapping is for the semicircle, and magnitude that we are getting is at the center, is at the dead center. So center means this is the magnitude. Center means this is the center. So this is the complete polar Nyquist plot of the given problem. Any doubt in this part? We are
No,
having
sir.
three parts. We are having three parts of this. This is my first part, which is the polar plot. This is my second part, which is the mirror image of polar plot, and this is the, you can see dot at the center, which shows the third mapping. That is when you map the semicircle in S plane to GH plane, it will be a dot at the origin. That is magnitude is 0 because magnitude is coming 0. Now we will see second example. So example 2, again open loop transfer function, that is GS into HS is given as K upon S plus 1 into S plus 2. We have to draw the Nyquist plot. Again, Nyquist contour will be same for this. This is omega is equal to 0 plus. This is infinite plus. This is 0 minus. This is infinite minus infinity. It is having this kind of an orientation, right? This is r e to the power j theta. R is the radius, where r is tending to infinity and theta is tending from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. So this is our Nyquist contour. Now we will solve. The first step is put S is equal to j omega. So g j omega, h j omega will be equal to k upon j omega plus 1, j omega plus 2. You have to take the magnitude. Magnitude will be equal to k upon under root of omega square plus 1 square under root of real part, that is imaginary square plus real square, that is omega square plus 2 square. This is equation number 1. Now phase, that is phase of GH will be equal to, for numerator the phase is 0, for denominator that is minus tan inverse of omega minus tan inverse of omega by 2. Is there any doubt in till this point?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now next step is to draw the table, that is omega and magnitude and phase. And for magnitude, which is, it will for 0 to infinity, if you put omega is equal to 0, what is the magnitude you will get? See in equation number 1, this equation, put omega is equal to 0. At omega is equal to 0, what will you get?
K by 2.
K by 2. And what will the phase you will get? Phase
2.
will be 0. Phase
0.
will be 0.
0.
Phase will
Yes.
be correct. Similarly, if you put omega is equal to infinity, if you put omega is equal to infinity,
0, sir.
what is the magnitude? Magnitude is 0 and phase will be
Minus 180.
minus 90 for this one and minus 90 for this one. So minus 90 will be minus 180 degree. Final phase will be minus 180 degree. You can select
Yes,
the middle value also, so on. So I have calculated some of the values for in the notes, you can see. So at 1, its value is 0.312 K and phase is minus 71 degree. At 2, its magnitude is 0.158 K. K is again, right? K can have any value. We have drawn, we have seen in root locus where we vary the value of K so that our location of poles were also varying. K is the open loop gain. And phase, you can calculate its phase. I have not calculated. So polar plot, if you want to see roughly, we can draw. So polar plot for this table we can draw. This is our real, this is our imaginary, this is GS plane. So at omega is equal to 0, we have finite magnitude and phase is 0. So you can say this is our phase, this is k by 2. And it is final phase is minus 180 degree line. So it is starting from like this and ending like this. You can see this is omega is equal to 0 plus, this is omega is equal to infinite plus infinite. Now if you want to draw for negative frequency, how will you draw for mirror image? It will be somewhat like this. This will be the mirror image, their orientation. This will be the direction. This point is 0, omega is equal to 0 minus, and this point is omega is equal to minus infinity. Is it okay? Mirror image and the polar plot is okay?
Yes, sir.
Now we have to put S is equal to capital S is equal to capital R e to the power j theta. We have to substitute so that we will be able to plot the third part, which is the semicircle part. So we will do that. This will be G R e to the power j theta, H R e to the power j theta will be equal to K upon R e to the power j theta plus 1, R e to the power j theta plus 2. You have to put limit R tends to infinity, K upon, take R e to the power j theta from both the term common. So this will be equal to R square e to the power 2 j theta. This will be 1 plus 1 upon R e to the power j theta into 1 plus 1 of 2 upon R e to the power j theta. This is what you will get. Now put limit R is equal to infinity. If you put limit R is equal to infinity, this point will be equal to 0. This will be equal to 0. And magnitude, you can see again, if you put R is equal to infinity, magnitude will again become 0. And but you will be having sufficient phase, and phase is equal to, if this term e to the power j theta goes in the numerator, so it will be equal to, it will be e to the power minus 2 j theta. We will be getting e to the power minus 2 j theta, because we have to see the orientation as well. But for this case, it does not matter because magnitude has come to 0. So you cannot show the orientation in this case, but we will see. So e to the power minus 2 j theta is we are getting. So originally the orientation was for theta, orientation was for plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, but we are having right now minus 2 theta. So minus 2 theta will be multiplied. So orientation of minus 2 theta will be multiply it by minus 2. So it will be for minus pi to plus pi. This will be the orientation of our final Nyquist plot, but we cannot show the orientation because our magnitude is become 0. So if I wanted to draw the complete Nyquist plot, so it will be this is my real, imaginary, and this is my GH plane. So polar plot was somewhat looking like this, and its mirror image was somewhat looking like this. And the third part, that is plotting of the semicircle, was at infinity. So you can see I have drawn at infinity. Now the direction, you can draw the direction. This is the how it will direction will look like. This point is omega is equal to 0 plus. This point is omega is equal to plus infinity. This point is omega minus infinity. This point is omega is equal to 0 minus. So this is how your complete Nyquist plot will look like. The distance between this to this is k by 2. You can also show 0 degree, minus 90 degree, minus 180, minus 270. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will see one more problem because we are having time. Now we will see one more problem, that is question number GS into HS is given as K upon S plus 1. Now this is a special, this is, just pay attention to this problem. We are having pole at the origin. We are having one pole at the origin, you can see. Now the Nyquist contour for this problem will be slightly different, because what is the definition of Nyquist contour? It contains open loop, all the open loop poles of right hand side. It contains all the open loop poles of right hand side. So if I want earlier, what is the how the Nyquist contour looked like? It looked like this. You can see. Now if you draw like this, the Nyquist contour, it is also covering the origin part. earlier problems that we have seen does not have pole at origin, so it does not matter. But here you can see we are having pole at the origin. So if I draw the Nyquist contour like this, so this Nyquist contour will include my open loop pole as well. So what I will do, instead of drawing Nyquist contour like this, I have to exclude this open loop pole at the origin. So how my Nyquist contour will look like? I can take a small portion like this and draw the rest of the Nyquist contour like this, just to exclude the pole at the origin, because by definition, what is Nyquist contour? Nyquist contour is a closed path which covers all open loop poles in the right hand side of S plane. So this is my S plane, since we are having pole at the origin. Now you can see there are two semicircles. The bigger one is having the radius r e to the power j theta, and smaller one is having the radius. Similarly, there will be radius for smaller circle as well. Let us just call r e to the power j phi. R e to the power j phi. So we are having capital circle as well as smaller circle, right? This frequency is j0 plus. This frequency is j plus j infinity. This frequency you can consider j0 minus, and this frequency is minus j infinity. Are you understanding why I have changed the Nyquist contour in this case? Anyone?
So will you repeat this concept once more?
Okay. So what is the definition of Nyquist contour? You can follow my notes, or you can later on you can scroll back the video in the recording. What is the definition of Nyquist contour? Nyquist contour covers all open loop poles in right hand side of S plane. It covers the poles in the right hand side of S plane. Earlier our Nyquist contour was like this, which is covering the pole at origin as well. But we did not have any problem, because in earlier problem there was no pole at origin. But in this problem we can see we are having the transfer function which is having one pole at the origin. If you draw the Nyquist contour like this, if you consider this as a Nyquist contour, then this will include this pole at the origin as well. But we do not want to include this pole in the Nyquist contour. Why? Because this pole is not at the right hand side, because this pole is at the origin. Nyquist contour is a closed path which covers all open loop poles which are lying in the right hand side of S plane. So in order to exclude this pole, what I have done, I have taken small semicircle. You can see in the second figure, in this figure, you can see there is one smaller circle and one bigger circle. The smaller circle is just to exclude this pole at the origin, so that it does not cover this pole which is at the origin. So there are two poles. Now smaller circle radius, that is small r, will tends to 0. Bigger circle radius will tends to infinity. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if you see the orientation, this is plus pi by 2 and this is minus pi by 2. Now orientation of capital circle, that is theta. That is theta. Orientation will be from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. You can see it is going from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2 like this. But orientation of smaller circle, you can see that this is going like this. That is phi. Orientation of phi will be from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. You can see in the orientation as well. This is coming like this and this is flowing like this. So orientation of smaller circle will be minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Orientation of capital circle will be plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. Is it clear? The orientation is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will explain again, though, for those who have not understood. Let us see that GSHS was given by K upon S into S plus 1. This is our problem. Earlier, the Nyquist contour which we were drawing was like this, just a semicircle, where it is having the radius r e to the power j theta, where r is tending to infinity and theta is tending to, the orientation is from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. Like this is the direction, right? But now, since we are having pole at the origin, and if we consider this as the Nyquist contour, this will include this pole. Now to exclude this pole, what we have to do, we have to draw a second Nyquist contour. And this Nyquist contour should exclude this pole at the origin. So I will take a smaller circle so that it is taken care of. Now I will draw the bigger circle. Now the radius of smaller circle is small r e to the power j phi. Radius of the bigger circle is r e to the power j theta. Now capital radius is tending to infinity and smaller r is tending to 0. And orientation, that is theta orientation is plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. You can see this is going like this. And phi orientation is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. You can see it is going from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now there will be 4 parts. There will be 4 mapping of this. First mapping for this. Second mapping for negative frequency. This. Third mapping for this capital circle. And fourth mapping will be for smaller circle. So earlier there were only 3 mapping, and now there will be 4th mapping. In 4th mapping, what we will do? We will put s is equal to r e to the power j phi, and we will put limit r tends to 0. Similar to the previous one, what we were doing earlier, we were putting s. This part will be there, that is s is equal to r e to the power j theta, and limit r tends to infinite. So this is the 3rd mapping. This is the 4th mapping, and first mapping will be the polar plot. Second mapping will be the mirror image of polar plot. Third mapping will be putting s is equal to capital R e to the power j theta. Fourth mapping will be putting s is equal to r e to the power j phi. Have you understood this part? There will be 4 mapping.
Yes.
Sir, why this is capital R and this is small r, sir?
Sorry.
Sir, here in 3rd mapping you have written r as capital, and in 4th mapping you have written r as small. Why, sir?
Because there are 4 parts of the circle. You can see if you see this plot. If you see this plot, there are 4 parts. This is my first part. This is the polar plot. This is my second part. This is the mirror image of polar plot. This is my third part. This you will plot by putting r e to the power r is equal to this. S is equal to capital R e to the power j theta. And fourth part is this smaller circle, which is small r e to the power j phi, where r will be tends to 0. That is smaller circle radius is tending to 0. Capital circle radius is tending to infinite.
Okay, sir.
There are 4 parts, right? Earlier there were only 3 parts because there was no smaller circle, because there were no poles at the system that we were dealing with. It is having no pole at the origin, so it does not matter. But in the present problem, we can see that there is one pole at the origin. So we have to draw the Nyquist contour so that this pole should be excluded from Nyquist contour. Because by definition, what is the definition of Nyquist contour? The Nyquist contour is a closed path which covers all open loop poles in the right hand side of S plane. Okay. So we will see this problem tomorrow. We will stop here.
Okay, sir.
All of you should also follow from the notes as well as from the book. Then only you will be able to understand. This will take some time for you to get in. Okay. The Nyquist plot, the uphill polar plot, it was easy. The Nyquist plot, it contains Nyquist contour as well, so it will become little bit. So you have to pay little more attention, and also you have to solve from the notes as well as from the book. Okay. Any doubt till this part?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So we'll stop.